While Spider-Man was swinging between skyscrapers, he suddenly realized that his web shooters weren't working. A split second later, he lost his grip and came crashing down from the sky. Panicking, he tried to climb a nearby wall, but after only a few steps, he slipped and slammed back onto the ground. That's when he realized something was terribly wrong. His spider powers were disappearing. Even his eyesight had become weak again, forcing him to wear his old glasses. Believing he was no longer Spider-Man, Peter decided to give up being a superhero forever. He returned to living a normal life. The next time the police chased a group of criminals, Peter simply stood nearby eating a hamburger instead of helping. Without the responsibilities of being Spider-Man, he finally had more time to focus on school, and life seemed much better. But without Spider-Man protecting the city, crime increased by nearly 75%. Peter began questioning whether he had made the right decision. Then one day, a building caught fire. Out of instinct, Peter reached for his Spider-Man suit, only to remember that he had thrown it away. Even without his powers, he rushed into the burning building and managed to rescue a trapped young woman. Outside, firefighters told him that several other people were still trapped inside and couldn't be saved. The news devastated Peter. He blamed himself, believing that if he had still been Spider-Man, he could have saved everyone. When he returned home, he found a young boy named Joe helping Aunt May clean the house. Joe told Peter that he dreamed of becoming a hero just like Spider-Man. At that moment, Peter realized that Spider-Man wasn't just a superhero. He had become a symbol of hope for millions of people. Inspired once again, Peter decided to become Spider-Man again. He climbed to the top of a building, took a running start, and leaped toward the next rooftop. But instead of soaring through the air, he fell straight down. His powers still hadn't returned. A few days later, Peter suddenly noticed that his glasses had become blurry. When he took them off, he realized he could see perfectly again. His spider powers had finally returned. He rushed to the Daily Bugle and got his Spider-Man suit back. Soon after, he discovered that a runaway train was speeding out of control. Using his spider sense, he realized the tracks ended ahead, with a massive drop beyond them. He immediately jumped in front of the train and tried to stop it with his own strength. But even with superhuman power, the train was too heavy. Then he came up with another plan. He fired webs from both sides of the train, attaching them to nearby buildings to slow it down. However, he underestimated how much pressure the buildings could handle. One wall collapsed instantly, and Spider-Man was nearly pulled beneath the train. He barely managed to save himself. As the train got closer and closer to the end of the tracks, he fired even more webs. This time the buildings held, but the enormous strain was transferred directly to his body. His Spider-Man suit began to tear apart as he pushed himself beyond his limits. Finally, the train came to a stop. He had saved every passenger on board. The effort was so overwhelming that he collapsed unconscious. The passengers rushed to help him. When Peter woke up, he realized his mask had been removed. To his surprise, not a single passenger revealed his identity. One little boy gently picked up Spider-Man's mask and handed it back to him. But do you know what finally caused Spider-Man to regain his lost powers? Follow us for more epic fantasy stories like this one